Welcome back, iCyber golfers. We are going to do a little warm-up session here on the SkyTrak driving range today. Then we're going to go right into a course play offered by SkyTrak. So 2 new courses dropped this week. PGA National, which is basically where the Cognizant tournament is taking place this week on the PGA schedule. So I figured that'd be an opportune time to go ahead and do a warm-up and then play that course offering from SkyTrak. I believe it's a TrackMan version of the course, so really looking forward to actually playing that course, getting warmed up, and then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and reset my whole sim here and get it prepared to play my 2 rounds of the Simulator Golf Tour, the Forward Auto Putt Tour, which do happen to be on that particular golf course. So a little bit of a warm-up, a little bit of preparation for my sim golf rounds. Let's get it going. So let's get started here on the SkyTrak driving range. We're going to use the traditional one today. I do like using that one, so let's go ahead and click tee off. And this is going to put us right there, right in the center of the driving range, so we can just start to dial in our clubs, get warmed up, get our shoulders moving. We're going to play a round of golf, so you guys know I like to play at least 18 holes before I go into my sim golf rounds. So really looking forward to hopefully shooting a good tournament today on the Forward Auto Putt Tour. There's another course that dropped as well this week. I can't remember the name of it. I want to say it's like Flint something or rather. I'll go ahead and play that one as well today so I can put that content up later this afternoon, evening. So let's get started. A little bit sore, had a pretty good workout the other day. I do work out at least once or twice a week at the gym. And then obviously the many hours that I do in here in the Simulator Golf Tour. And then just get regular exercise like gardening and doing my lawn, that kind of stuff. Which again, I really feel for the people up north who are kind of going through this winter snap while we're here in Texas just enjoying the sun. Sorry to rub it in, but it's really is beautiful this time of year as it starts to warm up ever so slightly, and it's my favorite time of year. The spring and the fall. We're not in spring just yet, but we're pretty close. These are my most favorite times of the year. So let's start off with this pitching wedge and see where we're at. Looking for that 100 yards right off the bat. And then we'll kind of go from there. I'll kind of jabba-wop a little here in this warm-up session as well. And then we're going to go right into the course play. Nice little swing. Can certainly feel the tightness in my shoulders from that workout the other day. We did get our 100 yards, but it wasn't the most pure. I'm sure it wasn't the most, the fast swing speed as well. So I'm going to have to just loosen up here. Not bad overall. Again, the shot trajectory, the dispersion, all well within the parameters that we're looking for. Just slowly dial that in. That's good. That's off to the right. I did feel that, but we made better contact. This new little net arrangement is really working out. So I look to get a whole lot of life out of this setup. And then eventually I'm looking to actually renovate this whole garage and really prepare it to be my golf studio / simulator environment. So I'm going to look to put some real turf down. I've looked at the money putt turf. That looks like the most likely outcome for me. Looking to do probably the money putt turf. I'll probably order what you guys have seen most sim golfers. They order that gym flooring that you snap together like a puzzle piece. I only need to build this up about 1.5 inches maybe, and then overlay the turf on top of it to make it pretty much flush. Another thing that I'd like to do in here is most traditional garages are going to have their garage door opener in the center, which is something that can be in the way. It doesn't bother me as much because I'm right-handed and I'm hitting on the left-hand side of the garage door, the center. So my swing doesn't really get affected by this, but I would like to just clean it up so that if I do bring some lefties in here, they could swing freely from this side without having to worry about hitting the garage door opener. So looking to put a side mount over here on the right hand side of my garage, left hand depending on which side you're looking at it. And then also I want to go ahead and paint it up. There's some pictures and things that are golf centric that I'd like to go ahead and hang in here. And then the last thing I'd like to do before the summer hits is go ahead and get me a mini split so that I can control the temperature once the heat starts to set in here in South Texas. And then that'll pretty much have me all set up for, you know, again, this being my simulator golf slash studio here in my home setup. And I think that'll suffice for now. At some point, I'll probably replace this net. I am looking at the Gung Ho Golf retractable net, just because this is a multi-purpose space, and it'd be nice to just be able to hit the button, basically pull the screen and the side netting up, and then if my son and his D&D team are in here, if they want to use the screen, I could bring the screen down. They could use it to project their background for their session. Or if they just want the space, I can just basically lift it up and it's out of the way. So those are some additions that I'm looking to hopefully make here in the next couple of months. At some point, probably not this year, maybe next year, I'll look to actually put a golfus in my backyard. So a place where I can actually do my work, my remote office work, and then have my simulator set up there. And then my wife and I had always talked about potentially putting a pool table out there in that type of setup. So again, that's probably going to be about a year away, but those are kind of some of the things that, in my mind, I'm putting them out there on my wish list. The ones that are just, I'll just say low-hanging fruit are the simple ones for me. So obviously just replacing this garage door opener, removing this cross beam that's in the center, patching and painting everything in here, eventually moving all the tools out of the garage into a storage shed in the back. And then again, just kind of preparing this place so it's a more well-lit environment that's temperature controlled so that I can, you know, pretty much enjoy the thing that I've come to love to enjoy over the last few months, just in a little bit more crisp setting. Okay, this pitching wedge is pretty much dialed in. I'm happy with the trajectory, with the shot shape, and with the distance. So let's go ahead and move on to the 9-iron. Let's take a few swings with this. We're not going to spend a lot of time here because I'm going to use most of my warm-up during that playthrough, which I do hear it is a pretty difficult course. I saw the PGA round 1 yesterday. I watched that. It does record for me, so I get to watch everything in replay. The bear trap, that looks like a very, very intimidating section. I want to say it's like 15, 16, and 17 at the PGA National course. Every single hole, there's water around it. The greens are strategically placed in very difficult places to reach. And the bunkers are strategically placed, so if you're off just a little bit, you're going to immediately put yourself in danger. So again, I'm looking forward to playing that course, but I'm also not looking forward to playing that course. That is an extremely low hit bladed shot. So we will get the run out, but that is not ideal. 145 yards from a 9-iron, primarily because that thing was shot out on a rope, a worm burner, so to speak. It just came, how far did it come off the ground? Let's see. Max height was 11 yards. Yeah, that's not ideal for a 9-iron. Let's see if we can get that in the air with a better swing. When this club is dialed in, this is one of my scoring clubs. That's a good 9-iron right there. You can see the height's going to change a lot. And that's going to be more traditional of what I would expect from a 9-iron. 130 yards right off the bat. Let's look at that height. That's 31-yard height. That's a lot better. That's a lot better. So we'll take a few more swings. And again, this certainly does start to get better as we warm up. So no reason. Ooh, that one went off to the, yeah, I felt that one. Club face was open. No reason for alarm. Just need to, again, do my normal progressions and warm up. It is a little humid today in the Sim Golf garage. Temperature in here is currently 75 degrees. And again, I don't mean to rub it into all you up north who might be watching that are in the midst of a brutal cold snap. All right, here we go. That's a beautiful 9-iron. Great line. If that goes 131 yards, I'll just hit 2 more and we'll be good. Yeah, we're good. Hit 2 more of these. I'm gonna have to turn the fan on. Again, don't mean to rub it in for the folks up north. Alrighty, let's get a couple more snaps in. Nice line, nice shot shape. It's a great shot. So if that's a 131, we'll go ahead and move over to the, we'll go ahead and move over to the 8-iron. 141, what a great 9-iron. Let's go ahead and move over to the 8. Expect this thing to be 150-ish if we're making pure contact. Probably gonna, hopefully in the air, will be 140-ish. The carry distance is what I'm referring to. And then the rollout could get us somewhere in that 150 range. Ooh, a little chunky, and pulled it across my body. Still got the 130-ish out of it, so would be okay with that. It's on a straight line, so I could live with that if I actually hit that in a tournament round. It's just those massive hooks or the massive chunks that I do not like during tournament rounds. They just kill your momentum. That's a perfect 8-iron. Look at that line, that shot trajectory, everything about that shot I dig. There's our 140-ish. Yeah, so that's pretty standard. We can eventually get this up to 150. This ball did sound like it was cracked. This is a problem when you hit these balls a lot in your sim. So gonna have to find a good vendor online to buy some golf balls. Not necessarily looking for premium golf balls in here, but also not looking for, bottom of the barrel golf balls. Now, at one point, Amazon Basics had a golf ball that was available. I briefly saw some of my fellow YouTubers doing reviews saying they were the thing, and then they were sold out. So, some of that is marketing, some of that might be actual. I just have not ever had a chance to hit them to do my own analysis, but I do often look to see if they're available. Otherwise, I'll just get Vice balls. Vice are pretty cheap here at my local Walmart. That's a great 8-iron. It's going to be out to the right a little bit, but I'll take that. That is just slightly off target, but that is a well-struck ball. Yeah, 136. We haven't quite hit the 150 number. If I can get a 150 out of this, I'll be good with this. So I'll go ahead and change balls. See if I can get 150, and then we'll move on to the 7-iron. And then we're going to load up PGA National course out of the Palm Beach. All right, here we go. See if we get that 150 speed. Looking to increase my swing speed. Just like that. On a great line. Now, the fade is going to kill it. That's going to kill it. But again, I think we're pretty good there. So we're about 145. I could live with that. So we'll go ahead and move over to the 7. And we'll probably just end it right here for our warm-up session. And we'll immediately go right into the course play. So let's change our club here. And let's go, 7-iron. I have been touting this SkyTrak to all of my friends and all of my golfers that I golf with. And, it would be really great because I think I'm about to sell at least 3 of them here in the next month or so, just based off of these reviews that I've done. I've actually demonstrated it at their houses for them, and I've kind of explained the whole SkyTrak ecosystem, why I personally like it, which is the training tools that are available on it that are provided, again, by the parent company Golf Tech, and they make it down to you into your home setup. And again, you probably get better instruction if you do have a PGA professional or a Golf Tech instructor that's kind of walking you through these things. But a lot of the data, a lot of the telemetry you need to get better, it's just right here in the subscription. You don't have to get the course play if you don't want, and you can still get these types of training tools. I get the course play because I like the portability of it. And I like to just, if I'm traveling somewhere and I'm going to my friends or my cousins or, you know, something like that, and we have some free time, we'll just fire up a round of golf. And they're in amazement. And right then and there, if I had a cash register and access to SkyTrak, I could probably sell them one right then and there. But after a little bit of time, they kind of just, I'll get it next time. But again, I just love this this launch monitor. I think it's just the right price point, and I believe that they are releasing meaningful courses at just the right times. For example, the PGA National Cognizant Tour tournament is happening now, and they released this right before that. So they're keeping it fresh in terms of marketing and course availability. And these are from reputable vendors, so it's not like it's just, you know, some little rudimentary display of a golf course. We're talking about TrackMan and Foresight, so well worth it in my opinion. It is expensive, but again, I pay for the convenience, I pay for the portability, and I pay for the consistency and the reliability of the courses itself. So that's why I say it's worth every penny to me and my sim golf setup, and I'm extremely happy with it. That's going to do it for the warm-up session. So let's go ahead and go right into the course play. So let's exit out of here. Let's hit this. Let's exit anyway. Let's go into course play. And there it is, the PGA National Resort. Now available for us to play. We are going to play all 18 holes. We are going to play stroke, double par, unlimited mulligans because we are still warming up. Easy pin position, live penalties will be on, auto putt will be enabled, 10-foot circles are give me for a 1-putt, 2-putt will be beyond that to probably the 40-foot range, and then beyond that it's probably a 3-putt. The green speeds will be fast, and we will have no wind conditions on. We will play. Let's look at the availability of the. So we're going to play from the silvers. The whites, blues, and blacks, yeah, that seems... Let's just go ahead and stick with our traditional silver tees here. And let's tee off. Let's tee off here at the PGA National Course, which is currently hosting the Cognizant tournament this week. Again, I always say this, but the vibrant colors on the TrackMan generated courseware is just so much more colorful than the Foresight. Doesn't have anything to do with physics. They both provide a really great play experience, but these greens, they're just extremely vibrant. And that monitor that I'm looking at them on, it's an LG TV. It's a 42-inch LG. Max it can do is 1080p. It's probably at least 7 to 10 years old. It's that old. And it still does an amazing job. I do have one of those YMES P42 projectors that I've used in the past. Those are great, but I just find hitting into the net is just a lot more comforting. It's a lot less, it's a lot quieter, and it's a really good experience just hitting into that net, watching the ball actually, you know, pierce that center net, and just seeing where it hits and watching it actually fly out off of my club. That's enough jabba whopping. You guys agree? Let's go ahead and hit this 3-wood. And let's see where we're going to end up on this opening hole. Going to aim it out slightly this direction. Let's look at the 200-yard range and see where that's going to put us. First 3-wood of the day, so we will aim out slightly to the left. Just anticipating some type of draw. I'm sorry, some type of fade. Could end up in the trees on the right-hand side or in the bunker. No telling off of this first one. But let's go. Let's get this underway. So this is the PGA National Course based out of Palm Beach. It's a par 4, 309 yards, and we are starting off even. Let's see if we can shoot plus 10 or under on this playthrough. It's going to be out to the right. So I am glad that we did line up slightly to the... Did I tell you guys we're going to end up in the bunker in the first shot? And I was not kidding. We ended up in the bunker in the first shot. So we're going to try to play through these. If they end up in the back of the net, I'll just try to collect them later, just to kind of make this playthrough a little, hopefully a little bit more continuous. All right, 117 out of the bunker. We're gonna go ahead and go with the 9-iron at this shot. The thing about this course that I just do know, watching it last night, was that there's a lot of bunkers that are in the right position just to wreak havoc for you. So what we want to do is we want to get underneath this. We want to get it out of the sand and hopefully onto the green for a 2-putt par. Let's go. 9-iron. It's a great 9-iron. I believe we got it. Got it on a great line, going at the pin. I think I can live with that if we're on the green. Yeah, and that was a 9-iron. That was a solid 9-iron, and we went 102 yards. And that essentially is the lie penalty coming into effect there. So very, very representative. And that's why I play with that on. Because again, if I turn lie penalty off, that shot would have went 130 yards and it wouldn't have mattered that I was in the sand. So I do like adding that level of realism to the game. Alrighty, here we go. We have our second shot here. I was happy with that first 3-wood, so let's see if we can straighten that out a little bit more. And we will. As we get warmer, this shot will and should straighten out a little more. We'll just go ahead and aim it down the center right there. Hopefully we can make more square, pure contact. And let's go. So as long as we swing inside to out, that should square us up at contact. Here we go, 3-wood. That's a perfect example right there. Squared up at contact and we hit a straight shot. So I played that anticipating I was going to pull it, and it went straight. But again, this is one of the issues with this course, which makes it so hard, which is if you do not stay in the fairway, you are playing out of hazards. Now this is doable with a simple draw shot, but the lie penalty may come and bite us if we don't play the right club. So it's 150 yards. We need about 160 to 170 yards out of this, realistically. So for me, that's going to be like a 6-iron, just to be safe. So we're going to play a 6-iron, which that's going to be clubbing up at least 2 clubs. 150 would technically be my 8-iron. 160 would be my 7-iron. 170 is my 6-iron. So that's what I have in my hand. I am going to aim slightly this direction. Again, I haven't hit a 6-iron in our warm-up, so this does tend to pull on my very first shot, and I would rather this thing go slightly off to the right rather than into that bunker or into that palm tree. All right, first 6-iron of the day on this beautiful course. It's great. I did get across it, so it is going to turn. Wow, I hit the palm tree and that killed all the momentum. And that is what makes this course difficult right there. That's going to leave us one of those odd positions of 41 yards. So let's see. I think we go ahead and take the approach wedge at it. Make a simple approach wedge chip, about a half swing, and see if we can get it there. So let's go with this approach wedge, try to make pure contact. What I've been doing with this club is I've been putting my hands down so that lifts the club face up, and that seems to help with my contact. Again, this is my first approach wedge of the day as well, so let's see if this chip is going to be representative of what the day is going to look like. It's a good chip. I'm happy with that. Now, it is going to roll through, but more importantly, we made the right contact with that. Didn't force it. Just took a nice little easy swing. The end result was that that ball hit right on the face, shot up, got in the air, got over the bunker. And yes, we got a bogey, but again, I'm happy with that shot overall. So we should be sitting at +1 after 2. Again, it's going to be key to try to stay in these fairways. Luckily, these first few, they kind of open up to the right. So we do have an opportunity to try to play them center or left center and maybe swing them back over. All right, 3-wood. Let's see if we can get this 3-wood out there on a great line. It's a great 3-wood on a great line. Squared it up. Baby minimal cut, but right down the center. What a beautiful drive with a 3-wood. 214 yards. Let's look at our ball speed. Our ball speed there was 129 yards and our club speed was 86. The backspin was 3,500. The less spin you have, the further it's going to go and the straighter it's going to go. 219. This is a par 5. I mean, I think we're primed to go ahead and try to make 2 shots in a row like that. So we'll just aim slightly this direction, see if we can make that same shot, and see if we can get it up on the green in 2. It's possible. If we just execute that same exact swing cadence, we should be there, or we can be there at least. Let's go, 3-wood. I came across it on top. It's going to have whip, but it should be on a decent line. And that might actually roll up, and it is. And we are going to be on the green in 2. I say that and we rolled all the way through. So we are actually through the green on 2. But we have a chance now to chip it in for bird right there. So let's take that opportunity and drop it in there. One thing I did do yesterday, since I was in the area, is I did take my Vokey, took it to my local PGA Superstore, Golf Galaxy actually, had them re-grip it with my jumbo grips. So this will be my first attempt chipping with my Vokey with my jumbo grips, this is what's actually on all of my TaylorMade QI clubs. So just having it in my hand, it feels completely different than it did before. I had a Golf Pride grip on it that had probably been there since it was created. So I'm sure that was like 12 years ago. Could have been longer when that grip was put on there. So nice to have the same feel as my other wedges. Let's see if that's going to make a difference here. Looking for a 58 degree. I'm going to use the same principle here. So going to drop my hands, going to put the club face up, going to take just a little chip at it to try to get it in the air. Again, 9 yards is not that far. Let's just get it in the air and get it there. All right, here we go. Hands are low, club face is up. Going to target the center of this. And we just ended up putting it. And that is just ridiculous. I'm going to mulligan that because, again, I think I just did a whole lot of talking there. Going to do a mulligan, and I'm going to hit that right. The reason why I know I can hit that right, the reason why is because I know I can hit that right. Let's not emphasize so much on all that. Let's just hit a chip like we know how to hit a chip, 9 yards, and go. Yeah, still have a lot of speed on it. I'm going to leave that one. Again, that was my fault for putting too much weight on it. So let's get one more and see if we can drop it in, hopefully for a par. That was our bird attempt though, so we really wasted one big time there. With that massive, amazing drive into the green, that's amazing. We're gonna mess it up and just maybe get par. And I said maybe. That's a good chip. That is a great chip. So had we executed that one from the very beginning, we would be sitting with the bird and we'd be sitting even. I guess the good news here is, we didn't add a stroke. I did take a mulligan, so count that for what it is. These are warm-up sessions. I am practicing, and I am also learning that Vokey with the new grip on it. So got to get used to that before we play our tournament rounds here in the next next hour. We're going to start kicking off those tournament rounds. I believe we're just going to stick with this. Yeah, we'll stick with this on that line. If we hit it straight and plumb, that's great. Maybe we can carry that. If we have a little fade, then it'll just go right around the bunker. That feels like a good line though to aim at. Let's just get our swing mechanics in sync and go. It's out to the right, and I saw that ball actually hit over here. Good news is I must have caught enough of it. Ended up working out well for me because we just cleared the bunker. So now we're in a position we can actually attack this pin from 112 yards. That should be a pitching wedge from 112 yards from the fairway. So that's what we're going to take at it. Nice little pitching wedge. The one thing I noticed about these greens just immediately is they're very small. So they look like, if you look at them from this top view on the mini map, it looks like a bean. So if you don't land on it, that means you're going to be chipping. And that means you're going to be chipping into a small green. So we certainly want to clear that bunker. Don't want to be in that bunker. We want to clear it. Pitching wedge. I pull that one. We got the right distance, we just pulled it. Okay, so now we're going to be chipping from there with the 58 degree. Again, trying to save par from 24 yards. Don't want to be doing that all day today. We'd like to be on the green in 2 for most of these. Otherwise, it's going to be a long day. That's a good chip. Didn't make it. Okay, that's what you get. So now we're trying to save bogey here from off the green. And these are things we need to practice right now for sim golf. So you need to sink these to get bogeys when we don't get on the green. This is going to be a nice little delicate chip, just like the last one. It's a nice, it's straight in the air. Should stop. Would be nice if we hold it out, but more importantly, that was a good chip right there. Dropped it around maybe a foot, less than a foot away. It's a bogey though, so we don't want to be going that route. All right. 116. This is basically the same club we just had. We're going to aim a pitching wedge over here. And we're going to see if we can get at that 116 range. Very minimal draw. It means we got to finish through the ball, not pull so much this way. Should be standing up more when we finish this swing. Let's go. That's a good swing on a good line. It's a great line. We just didn't get all of it. I did catch it a little bit thin, and the end result was not, we didn't get all the distance. We only went 100 yards with that pitching wedge, but did not catch it pure in the center of the club face. All right, 15 yards. These need to be automatic today if we have any chance of scoring really good on this sim golf round later. That felt good. Don't know if I got it all the way there. Needed just a little bit more. The line was great, just didn't get it enough weight on the back of that chip. But again, was happy with the trajectory. That's going to be another bogey, very likely. Might be sitting at +3 or even +4. Yeah, +3. Here's an opportunity if we can actually get this 3-wood down there. Several chances for us to miscue this one. So let's not do that. Let's just hit this pure and straight and then play from there. Hopefully on this par 5 we can attack it. It's a great 3-wood. Very straight. Oh my, look at that, guys. That was a well executed drive. I'm gonna take the penalty. I'm gonna take the penalty right there, wherever it lands, and we're gonna have to deal with this. So we're gonna drop it. That's unfortunate. That was such pure contact. So now we're 190 yards from over here on the side. Again, gonna have to take our medicine. 239 yards, yeah, not likely. And this is our 3rd shot, so we certainly wanna get close with this shot. I honestly think we take a 5-iron on this line right here, just based off of the penalty we're going to get from the lie itself. It could be a gamble being that close to the water, but let's hope it's not. I don't care if we fade it out just a little, just want to make really good contact with it. 5-iron. Hit a little thin on a straight line. I mean, honestly, talk about skirting the edge. Yeah. So now we're 90 yards out of the rough. It's going to be a sand wedge, but I think more importantly, it's probably more of an approach wedge from this distance. So we're going to take the approach wedge. We're going to make a normal swing at it, but we are going to aim it this direction slightly. We're going to try to get this approach wedge there. This is my 100-yard club, but we are in the rough. So let's see if this matters. That's a great approach wedge on a straight line. Let's see if that is the right club. I'm going to say yes. We're just slightly off. Because of the water, that's going to end up being a bogey, I believe. 1.65, I doubt it's going to give us that. That's going to give us probably a bogey. So we might be sitting at +5, +4, +5. Let's double check it. Oh, +3, okay. So it didn't actually give that. Alrighty, here we go. So 131, that's going to be a 9-iron. Let's take our 9-iron. Let's make that same shot. That same swing cadence that we just did with the approach wedge, that's what we need right here, right now. So let's do that. Slight pause at the top and then just explode downward. That's what we did. And I hit it chunky because I was thinking so much about the explosion, and that's what I get. That is exactly what I get. And on top of things, I'm in the bunker. So, not good. That was me. That was all me. 22 yards now out of the bunker on one of the worst looking lips. Let's see, 4 feet above me. Got to get this in the air. That's step one. I think we got it up. We did. And honestly, I'll be happy with that. It's going to end up giving me a bogey, but I did get it out of the bunker. Didn't go back in. That was 4 feet. Great contact. This looks like it's going to be an exciting course to play in real life when we play the golf tour. It looks brutal. Judging by the scores that I've seen, I think it is brutal. Let's go ahead and take a 6-iron on this line, see how far we can get down there if we make pure contact, and then we'll go from there. 6-iron is what we're looking for. Nice 6-iron. That's a good 6-iron. Don't feel like I came across it that much, but doesn't matter. It is. It must have. We're in the rough, and this looks like it's going to be what's the issue here. You have very little area to land in, and if you don't land in that area, you are basically sacrificing distance and control. We're taking a 3-wood out of this. I believe I can get a 3-wood. If I can hit it purely, then I at least have a chance to roll it up on that green. Let's go 3-wood. That is so low. Yeah, that's exactly what I get, honestly. Just barely got it out. Now we're approaching it here from this area. That literally just went right across the bottom. 148, 150. 8-iron? Let's go, 8-iron. Gotta get it there. It's my 3rd shot, so that means this is gonna, if I don't land in the putt, 1 putt, 2 putt. 1 putt would be amazing from here. It's a good shot, good line. Just not gonna have enough distance. Perfect line though. Perfect line. Had that been my approach shot, I think I'd have been happy. And I mean my 2nd shot. But it wasn't, because we didn't catch the drive. So that's gonna be 5 putts. That's gonna be a bogey. And we are rapidly going the wrong direction. 9th hole, what are we at? +5? Yeah, this is not good. Might have to change our strategy for this course. Might have to play a little bit more strategy here. I mean, I'll take 3 wood here to see if I can clear all those woods. This will be my last 3 wood in this type of situation with these types of green fairways if we don't land in the center. The rest of it's going to be iron play. That's a great 3 wood. I mean, everything here is leading to a bunker or rough. I guess we're going to call that rough, not, it says rock hazard. But Apparently I'm on a little bit of a lip there. I'm gonna go ahead and take the 7-iron at it and see where we end up after this 7-iron. It's a great 7-iron. Great line. See where we end up. Just off the green. I mean, I can live with that now. We have a chance to chip it up. We're at least pin high, so that would not be necessarily a bad thing there. 9 yards is what we're looking at from this. This is a manageable shot. We just got to execute. Nice little chip. That's all we need. That's what that felt like. See if we got it there. Hole out. Let's go. So we got us a bird. We got us a bird, so we brought that score back down. Excellent. We needed that. We needed some positive momentum there on that front 9. Just to get us back. To get us back in check. That's a well executed chip off the green. And worst case is that would have been a par. So again, that would have been really good either way. I'm going to take the win though from that well executed chip. All right, let's go 3-wood. Try to get it straight. If we can synchronize this, and we'll be in a good shape for the tournament here in a minute. Whipped at it a little bit, but should be a good line. There it is. Nice little whip. Gonna keep it low. It's gonna run. Be all right. Almost 200 yards. It's gonna leave us 200 yards more. Let's see. Do we cut this in half? I think we start to think strategically here. 178 is going to basically leave us what we need. I mean, honestly, just because of where we are, I think we just kind of try to smash this 3-wood down there on that line. Try to get it there. That's the goal. 3-wood. It's a great 3-wood on a great line. I'll take that. Just stay out of the bunker and we'll be okay. Okay, we should be all right. So 210, that's going to leave us 73 out of the rough. It's probably going to be a sand wedge, maybe a 3/4 approach wedge. Might feel better going with the 3/4 approach wedge for this shot, just because we're in the rough. So that's what we're going to do. 3/4 approach wedge from the rough. Aim out this direction. Try to land it in the 2-putt zone for a par or the 1-putt zone for a bird. All right, approach wedge. 3/4 swing. It's a great 3/4 swing with an approach on a great line. Might have got it there. We may have gotten it there. Oh man, it spun. It spun at the last second and kicked back. So happy with that swing. The weight, the tempo. That was a really, really well executed approach wedge. My mat seems to slide here. Safety first on this one. Maybe a well-executed 6-iron is what's needed. And then we see what we have left. This, are we entering that state? It feels like it with the water, but I think we just go with the 6-iron and see if we can get 170, and then we find out what's left after that. May still not be able to go for it after this, but let's just see if we can make pure contact. It's a great 6-iron. That's a great line. And I think we got all of that. We did. Unfortunately, we're in the rough, so that's going to impact our second shot. Don't think we're going to be able to go for it unless we pull the 3-wood out. But even then, we're going to have to aim way this direction just to be safe. This might be one of those calculated risks with the 3-wood. So we'll go with the calculated risk, banking on some pure contact to get us there. This is a par 4, so it's almost like we almost have to if we want to land on the green. Let's get a 3-wood and let's get some pure contact on it. That sounded good. Did we clear it? I think we just cleared it. Okay, I mean, honestly, we got it there. Now we're on the fringe. And now we're chipping back 9 yards for a more manageable shot at it. So happy that we went for it. Nice little 9-yard chip. Let's go. That's in the air, so that should stop. Yeah, just plopped down and it rolled slightly. So we're good. That's a nice save. More importantly, you guys saw that chip. Nice little chip with nice weight on it. Got it in the air, landed softly. That's what we need today. This is going to be a difficult course. Sometimes I talk like Mario Brothers, so I don't know why. This is going to be a difficult course. Keep it on that line. Looking to just blister it with some fade and go. It's going to be out to the right. It did have some cut to it. Again, we're living in the rough today, but we are getting the ball down there. That's going to be really difficult just based off of the positioning. So we're going to have to aim over to the left. That's step one, probably that much. Play that same shot and just try to get it in the air, try to get it to whip slightly that direction. So I'm not turning my hips, that's why it's going out to the right. Oh my. The good news is it didn't read that. Okay. I tried to kill that instead of swing comfortably. Let's do that again. We got lucky with that one. Keep it in sync, guys. That's the problem. I'm trying to do too much. Take it out to in and swing. Just like that. Slow it down slightly. Nice straight shot. Now we're going to be chipping from that side. 26 yards. But we're down there. As pure as that second one was, I mean, we could have been a little more aggressive with the aim point. But again, got to do whatever the course is giving you. And right now I'm not hitting that straight all the time. So 26 yards. Let's see if we can get it there. Nice in the air. Didn't get it far enough. Man, that's going to be my problem here, especially out of the rough. So now we're trying to save bogey here. And this is not easy either. Looks like it runs away from us. So we're going to have to land this softly. Softly. A little 10-yard chip. That should do it. Yeah, nice little touch there. Okay, I'll take that. It's going to give us a bogey, I believe, but I'll take that. Just didn't get the first chip far enough. Did make great contact, which again, that's starting to get my hands comfortable around that new grip with the Vokey. Just because it plays more like my irons do, so it's something that the muscle memory, it just all feels better, feels the same. Yeah, we're just gonna blast it, try to get it out there in the center with 3-wood. Just so we can get some cycles with this 3-wood as well. Same swing path. Oh man, I hit the ground on that. And we got some draw off of it. Okay, good news is I can at least see it from there, but you guys probably heard the mat. I hit that mat way behind the ball. So 129, 130. I'm gonna go ahead and play an 8 just because I'm in the rough. And I do know that 9-iron is my 130 club, but in the rough, might be this 8. That's a great 8-iron. Let's see where it ends up. Wow, didn't realize I pulled it that much. It's gonna be in the back of the green, or it's gonna be on the green. Great, that'll 2-putt us, I believe, if we stayed on for par. So worked out for us. Glad we clubbed up. We ended up carrying it 128. All right, we can live with that. That's going to keep us from adding to our score. Alrighty, we are on the 14th hole at +5. We still got to hit this. I think we still have to hit this 3-wood. We have to get this 3-wood synchronized. That's what we have to do. Just get in there, line it up, and hit it. That's a good one right there. It's a great shot. Nice little baby cut with some run away from the bunkers. That's ideal. And all we really did there was we just kind of took an easy swing at it, let our shoulders rotate around, turned our belt buckle at finish towards the mat, towards the screen. That's all you need to do. I know it sounds simple, but not always that simple. Take the 9-iron, gonna aim it slightly out to the right. Hopefully we don't leave the club face open, otherwise we are gonna be in that bunker. So anywhere to the center, anywhere to the right is good. Nice little easy swing with the 9-iron. Just like that. Just like that. Pure contact. Did we get it up there? Yes, we did. We can live with that for 2-putt for par. More importantly, we're starting to dial in that pure contact in the center of the club. That's going to help us. Okay, we are in the meat of it now. So you guys see what we have out there, right? Not easy by any means. We're going to take the pitching. Oh, that's a 9-iron. Let's take a pitching wedge at it. One tick. That's all we need. You see that there's danger on both sides. If you think about it, you have water on the right, you have bunker on the left. If you land in that bunker, you have to chip out of that bunker, so your likelihood of landing and running through is very high. So pure contact's what you're looking for on a straight line out of this pitching wedge. I think that's what we got. That's what it felt like. Launching up high. I would live with that shot. I can live with that shot for sure. Just mitigated all the risk by landing in the middle. So that was executed. Now we have 16 and 17. Again, there's going to be water, and this is what's called the bear claw, or the bear trap, I mean. And it's just brutal. It's a brutal stretch. So I'm going to say we go with the 6-iron here. We are going to play slightly one tick this way. Try to close our club face slightly, but more importantly, just get it down there. 6-iron. It's a great 6-iron. We did come across it. Got some whip, so it's going to go back. That should be okay. It's away from the bunkers as well, which again, those come into play. If you were to pull a driver out, those would come into play. That went 180 yards, so that's a good 6-iron. Caught it pure. I do have the same club in my hand because it is technically the same club. This normally plays 170. So we're going to take this 6-iron at it and make the same swing. And we just did 2 in a row. I pulled that one more, so that might actually end up in the bunker. Good news is we're not in the bunker. But you guys see 177 yards? Had that been online, we would have been dead center in the green. So that was the right club. Just happened to catch more of it on that first shot. And we were probably coming downhill as well. This is a very delicate chip right here. We got to clear the bunker and stop it. We can obviously push it out to the left-hand side too, because it looks like it funnels back towards the pin. So got to get in the air, got to get it over that bunker. That's step one. Got a mosquito or something biting me. All right, let's go. Step one, get it in the air. Just catch the run. What a great shot. We almost chipped that out, guys. That was almost one of the most well-executed chips I've hit in a while. We were playing that bank, though. We were playing that heel, off the hill to run back towards the pin, so that was all by design. Just had to execute the shot to make it there. 111. This is the last one in that bear trap. You can see it's a tiny green to land on, 111. You have water in the back, water in the side, bunker on the left. 111 yards. What does the front look like? I mean, honestly, we could probably take an approach wedge to this. I think we do. I think we just take an approach wedge to it with this on this line. That looks menacing. I know, guys. That's what we're going to have to do, though. We're going to have to line up an approach wedge right there, try to get our 100 yards out of it, and then just hold our breath while it's in the air. Let's go. Approach wedge. Can't be scared. Just got to hit it. Just like that. Just hit it like that, and let's see if we're actually out of the bunker. That's the problem. I mean, with this hole and this bear trap, these holes, you have very little space to land in. Otherwise, now think about it. We're chipping out of the bunker back towards the water. If we catch this too heavy, we end up in the water over there. So let's not do that. Let's just get it in the air and get it out, right? That's what we want to do. I think we just did it. Let's see if we got it up. Got it out. Did we stop it? Oh my goodness, what a great shot on 17, guys. That was excellent. That was a well-executed save out of the bunker. You guys saw the backspin on it. I didn't read the backspin numbers, but it had some backspin on it. Okay, all we need to do is par this one. We do not need to be a hero. We just need to par it, and we will end up with a really good score here on this PGA National course. So let's aim for that. I say 187, 3-wood. Do we want to do that? Yeah, I don't think we can make it 220. It's flat, so it's not necessarily going to run away from us. I think we need to be strategic. Everything is telling me no, don't be silly. So I think we just take the 6-iron here. Step one, then we take possibly another 6-iron. And then we see what's left after that. The goal here is to keep it in the fairway. So that's what we want to do here with this 6-iron. Keep it in the fairway. And a little thin. Does have some. Okay, it went straight. That's the good news. We're in the fairway. That's the good news. We're 170 yards. That's all good news. So far, that was a good shot. I mean, we picked the right club. We made the right shot. Now we're still 200 plus yards out, but now we can attack this strategically. And it looks like we have another 6-iron, honestly. Could we? That's a question. Yeah, that gets a little too tight for me to try to go into that little hole right there. So, 150. What's the safe approach here? I'm going to say probably 8-iron on this line. Let's take a good 8-iron at it and see if we can get it down there. A 7 is going to take us 160 to that edge. An 8 is at least going to keep us hopefully right over that tree and in the fairway. We want our third shot to be from the fairway, so we're going to take this 8-iron and try to just put some tempo behind it on a great line. 8-iron. Got it chunky and I pulled it across my body. But we might get a good kick. And we got a good kick. We're still going to be in the rough, but we have 143 yards left. So we have the same club in our hand that we need to make this shot. And it's a straight shot, so just need to make a better swing with that and we should be okay. 143 yards. This is the right club out of this lie. 8-iron. That's the 8-iron we needed right there. That should finish us off. I did not think I got that much power on it. Wow. Okay. Didn't think I got that much on it, but apparently I did. So now we have to save this. Luckily it's a par 5, so it's doable to try to save this from 14 yards off the green. Looks like it does run away from us, so we got to take that into consideration, which this is one thing I love about the SkyTrak software. You can see the green and what it does, so you can plan your chip accordingly. We want to shoot it in the air and let it drop down. That's the goal. I don't think I got it far enough. Even with the run, okay, the run might take it. Didn't take it far enough, but we're safe. So I believe we're going to end up bogeying this. So that's 4. going to give us a 5.7. That's going to give us a 6. So yeah, so we're going to end up shooting a plus 5 for a 77, I believe. Yeah, that's exactly what we shot. So guys, that's going to do it today for this playthrough here of the PGA National Resort SkyTrak courseware offering that did drop this week, provided to you by TrackMan. I thank you guys for watching today. We're going to go right back in, reload this up, and get into our simulator golf tour rounds, the forward auto putt at the Cognizant tournament. So see you guys here again in a minute. Thank you for watching.